This is the Aldora devlog. Let us begin. Okay, so today we're going to be going over the next update towards the Aldora devlog, and if you can't tell, I'm very under the weather today. However, I did manage to do some drawings for the actual game, and the first one is the Voidborn. Now this one is primarily done for the void creatures-esque thing, as towards the inside of the actual tower of Erundir. So within this part here, and within the actual game, there will be a secret chamber with a load of necromancers and or voidborn, and the whole intent of the actual quest line is to actually stop the void rifts actually occurring and take them out. This is something that I like the aesthetic of, like inside the city there's corruption, and what better way to actually explain it is actually let the void as a whole actually come in. So with these actual creatures, these are what I interpret as my void creatures for this world of Aldora, and overall I kind of like the aesthetic. There's a couple of like different types of like multiple faces within one creature, and I like how they actually spread out. So there's one at the base with his jaws, and then there's one at the top who can see everything. And ultimately it's just one of those cases where you can, with the void, you can make him as wacky and as crazy and insane as possible. And I wanted to reflect this in the other drawing as well, which is going to be the necromancers, the people actually summoning these creatures into existence. Now, primarily within Aldora and the world as a whole, the world building is void is a literal essence. It's one of the celestial essences, and it's the manipulation of the world around them, like the space around them. This goes in part as multiple faces means that they've kind of mashed something together. Necromancers, on the other hand, I wanted something a bit more traditional within like the hooded cloaks, the darkened aesthetic, and actually have a couple of void beings surrounding them. So they've actually got them being able to actually chase you, kill you, and go for you in that sense. It's just one of those things where I really enjoy that the idea of creating void based beings is because I got a little bit of freedom. However, I do want to keep the eyes, so to speak. Eyes really do reflect like void, especially in the traditional sense of fantasy, and it really has rubbed off on me, especially when I was like freestyling with my drawings. So my necromancer, simple as put, you're going to be going in there, taking out a load of necromancers, and they'll be summoning in beings of unspeakable horror. Another couple of little quick sketches is like just void tendrils and void eyes just spawning everywhere. I kind of like this to coincide with the necromancer, and that's mainly due in part of when you get to the cult leader, he'll be able to spawn loads of these. So I did a couple of risque drawings which he'll be spawning loads of things when you're taking him out, because this essentially would act as an open world dungeon, so to speak. The other drawing is for the ogre. You are going to have to take out an ogre within the actual game, and that is over here where Trix is located. There will be an ogre within the mountainscape, and pretty much he's very far from home. Now, the base drawing of the ogre at the moment is, I may have to redraw it. However, with the ogre, I want them to originally come from the high mountains of Skulvar. So they're in the actual things. So this one's actually made its all the way down to Erundir's base near to Aronda. So not many people are used to actually dealing with ogres, and this will be one of the main ending quests that can lead you over towards Skulvar as a whole. So this quest line progression can actually lead you naturally over there, because there's multiple threats from the orcs, and there's a rogue ogre going out there, so you've got two storylines to actually carry over towards Skulvar. Overall, when it comes towards all these drawings, I will need to line work these guys up and be able to have them done. However, on the asset list, they are needing to be done for the quests. Being said, I'm just going to cut this video short. If you want to catch up on any recent developments, you can go over towards the Discord. Other than that, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you when I'm feeling better. Have a good one.